This is working. This is only the second time. We're really the third time. The first time I went live was in my digibug on the way from Oklahoma City, and it was kind of a fail in and out, because you've got the cell connections and all that stuff. So this is the first time I've actually gone live in a studio, like a real studio, with my green screen behind me. So we'll see how it goes. But instead of recording the video today, I thought I'd come outside and just do it live and see what happens. Drink my coffee, stay grounded. It's a mess, spilled coffee everywhere. Stay grounded. Hey, Daddy-O's in the house. Good morning. Just trying a little live here, Daddy-O. Instead of doing the recorded deal, we'll see how bad we can F this up live. So today is May 31st, 2023, and it is, I saw yesterday, World No Tobacco Day. So of course, to celebrate, I have to have a cigar. I've got a Rocky Patel cigar right now. It's the sun-grown, not the sun-grown Maduro, but a sun-grown. It's a nice flavor. I like these. I tend to like the bigger size, the bigger gauge. This one's, I think, a Toro, but the bigger gauge is a 60. I think this is a 54 maybe. But they're good. They have a good flavor. They don't produce a lot of smoke to where you choke yourself when you're, trying to get some flow to it. But no, they're pretty good. So today we've got the big debt ceiling debacle to where it went through the committee in the House. A lot of the Freedom Caucus members in the Republican Party, the people who do not want, they want to end this stuff. They want to end this, empire and try and shut it down at least, or throttle it down. They voted no. They promised they're going to vote no. Last time I looked, there's like 31 Republicans that have vowed to say, no, we're not going to raise the debt ceiling. Problem is, you've got a deal that's been made once again at the top with the president and the Speaker of the House. They've made this deal, and now they're trying to sugarcoat it and roll it out and put it in front of the rest of the Congress and have them vote on it, and really it doesn't cut anything. It just kind of stabilizes the increases for the next 2 years, really a year and a half, and then after that, some of the things, the projections I've read, it's basically unlimited again. And it gives them, I think, $4 trillion in debt spending that they can use. And I don't know if it's the next 2 years or 4 years, but it really doesn't matter. I say that a lot. At this point, no, let's do it right. Hillary Clinton, Benghazi testimony. What difference at this point does it make? Daddy-O. Hey, Carol's in the house. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I'm getting used to the chat. I can kind of see it pop up. Saw Daddy-O. Yeah, shout out. I should moderate here. I don't know if I can give. Let me bring this up on another feed and see if I can actually watch the chat on this phone, because that's what I do during happy hour. I have the live stream here, and then I'll have a phone over here, an iPad over here, to where I can, moderate back and forth. So I'm going to check this out and see if I can do that. Okay, so yes, I'm live. F around and find out. That's what it says. Okay, I see the chat. Let me mute it. We're going to have some feedback. You did not get a notification, Daddy-O? Isn't that wonderful? Add as moderator. All right, we'll try that. Daddy-O, put a comment in there and see. I want to see your handle turn blue with a wrench now. See if this works. Oh, perfect. There it is. Awesome. All right. Yeah, if you want, retweet this or share this out, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't know about the notifications. I know some of you have notifications on when I do a video. However, I don't know if, going live kind of really for the first time, if it's going out, if you're seeing it. So yeah, I was talking about the debt ceiling a little bit and that drama that's going on there. But again, they've really solved nothing. All they've done is just kick the can once again. Now, there is some drama to unfold. If the House doesn't vote for it and pass it, or if the Senate doesn't pass it, it doesn't go through. So there still are some stop gaps, but my sense is, just because these people, most of them are swamp creatures, they just want the system to continue. They like to be able to go to their dinners. They like to schmooze. They like the benefits of that lifestyle. So they're going to make it look as good for everybody as they can. However, they'll just continue to go in debt and print some more money, which they can do, and devalue everything. And while the Federal Reserve continues to raise rates, putting a pinch on everybody. So it's just I don't know what it is. It's like, throwing fuel on the fire and then having the fire hose on the other side trying to put it out. And it's all drama. It's all fake. just realize it is what it is, and that's why it's important to look at, you know, what you need right now, what you need as far as assets, what things are going to be necessary going forward, because it's just I don't know what's going to end up happening. I know that housing is becoming more unaffordable. It's going to be harder for somebody to get a house. It's going to be more difficult to get a car loan at a low interest rate. It is going to be harder to come across money because the rates on borrowing are going up. So it just puts a pinch on everybody, because the system is based on more money, velocity of money coming into the system. And on Carl's Creek on Twitter, he's had several accounts because he keeps getting banned by Twitter. But he put out a good tweet yesterday and tagged me in it. And essentially, I don't know who he's responding to, but responding to the fact that you can't pay off the debt. And a little bit of back and forth. Well, why not? You know, it's only this much of GDP, blah, blah. The fund and the way he laid it out, and I should have retweeted it. I don't know if I did, but the way he laid it out was, listen, you know, you've got somebody, you know, a bank saying, hey, I'm going to loan you $100. You need $100. Okay, so Uncle Sam needs $100 from the bank, gets the $100, but there's 5% interest attached to it. Sam's like, cool, I'll take the money. Well, then it comes time to pay it back, and it's like, okay, wait a minute. How do I pay back $105 when there's only 100 in circulation? We're talking just in a closed system to where there's only, you know, that's the money, and they create the money from one source, and that's what you have to use. So what do you do at that point? You borrow 100 into existence, they print it up and give it to you, and you have to pay 105 back. Okay, well, I'll go back and get another 100. So you take out another loan, and then you got to pay 105 back on that. So now there's $200 in the system, but you got to pay back 210 because of the interest that's made up out of nothing, usury fees. So you compound that to where you get to trillions of dollars, and you think that cutting a little bit to where you're just at an even keel and not going into debt anymore doesn't matter. All that money's still got to be paid back. There's no way. And by paying it back, you're going to starve things out of the system, because you have to take value out of those things to pay it back and to make it whole, you know, to pay the debt. So it's essentially impossible. It's a Ponzi scheme. I think I called it a death spiral Ponzi scheme, something like that, because that's what it is. You get to the point and there's no way to pay it back. I see my first time out, Polly. I'm just looking, green screen, yeah, came in after the live, cool. I'm just looking at everybody in the chat. Tired of people telling us we need to do something, become active. That is not for me. I'm taking care of myself and trying not to get caught up in the hysteria. Carol F, that's exactly what you got to do, because everybody's out there trying to monetize a narrative or a message. You can't. You have to. Hey, Bill, you have to take care of yourself. And I mean, quit looking to Washington to save you is really what it comes down to, because they're not saving you. I mean, they've got a perfect opportunity right now to say, that's it, we got a debt ceiling, we're going to collapse the whole thing, we're going to shrink government, we're going to stop it from spending, but they're not going to do that, because that's just not what they're there for. Some of them are, but it's a minority. And then you get into, how did they get there? Were they elected or selected? I mean, the whole thing. Look at a guy like Lindsey Graham. Let me get in Daddy O's wheelhouse. This guy, what's he got, a warrant out in Russia for him now, or something? I don't know, arrest warrant. The guy sits in Ukraine over the weekend and says, yeah, you know, all these arms that we sent you, you know, we're killing more Russians, right? Well, that's a good thing. That's the best money we ever spent. I mean, this guy, really? I mean, think about that statement. You know, these are young Russians that might not be wanting to fight. You know, it's just like our young men and women. We send them overseas to fight. They may not want to do that, but, you know, the opponent or the enemy says, as long as we get to kill them, the more we kill, the better off it is, and that's money well spent. Okay, that's a productive world that we live in then. Yeah, that's really a good thing. So this guy, this Lindsey Graham, just a warmonger. I mean, obviously, you know, military industrial complex. I'm curious, Daddy-O, is his district, I guess he's a senator, so it's all of South Carolina, so he must, you know, for any bases there, any military bases, I mean, he's just licking the boots, because all he's about is war, always has been. He and McCain would travel all over the place and, you know, try and make deals with the local warlords, just like he was meeting with Zelensky, and it's just, oh, we'll get you the money, buddy. Yeah, we got your back. I mean, all they want to do is just have perpetual war. So stay grounded. And just like you said, Carol F., you look at the things you need, look at the things that are necessary in your life, and you put your efforts, your energy into those things. And I mean, knowing that they're robbing you every day, knowing that as they raise the debt ceiling, they are going to continue to rob you because they're going to print more money. And it's going to get harder and harder to make it because, you know, your wages and most people's wages, I should say, I don't know about yours in particular, but most people, they're not keeping pace. They're saying 5% inflation a year, was 10, now 5. But we know darn well that's not the case. You know, you go out and buy something and that is not it. And by creating more of that money, it just inflates the monetary supply, and that money goes somewhere and it goes into the things that you need. So you got to get the things you need now. Better, you know, and maybe the price goes down. An example of mine, you know, in 2021, I built a pavilion out here, and the price of lumber was like all-time high. But at the time, I'm like, hey, I need it, and I've used it for 2 years. I have people who enjoy it, and it's worth it to me because I got to enjoy it for 2 years instead of saying, well, I'm gonna wait until, you know, this happens or that happens. And pretty soon, you know, you get to a point where you didn't do anything with it. You didn't improve your life. You didn't make life better. And, you know, it's just this, stop thinking that everything's going to, I'm speaking generally, stop thinking that everything is going to be okay once I retire. I'm just going to keep saving up, and then, you know, I've got my retirement, and then I'll be able to vacation. I'll be able to do these things, this thing. Well, then you don't enjoy it. Then you're old. Then, you know, you've got problems with health, and it's just do it now because they're robbing you every day. And you think it's going to get any better then? No, I don't think so. It just gets progressively worse because they are progressives. They progress away from the Constitution, away from freedom. That's what a progressive is. So, you know, do what you can right now with it. And that doesn't mean going on a cruise and jumping off and, you know, going under like this recently an 18-year-old did. I mean, it got me on, and I'm talking about everything today. It got me, I saw it on Twitter, and then it got me onto an account. It was F around and find out. So that's basically the title of this. Kind of applies to everything. But that's, you go watch that, and then I start seeing some of these things, and it's just gut-wrenching, you know, some of the things that people do. One dude concreted his head in a microwave, had an air tube, and then it got blocked, and the fire department had to take the microwave. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you really thinking here? I mean, some of the stuff that people do, and I think, you ever hear of the Darwin Awards? That's when somebody gets the Darwin Award for removing themselves from the DNA pool. You know, natural selection, I guess. And it's sad to say, but I mean, I think, why do you do this stuff? And we've all done stupid things, but man, win stupid prizes, right? Like Cliff High says, you know, don't win stupid prizes. But anyway, man, you got to take a look at what's valuable. I mean, your life's pretty valuable, so protect it and do what you can to preserve it. If you need something, get it now. Don't be waiting, because that's something, you know, somebody told me, hey, if Litecoin goes up, you know, a little bit this summer, I'm going to buy myself a nice water filtration system. And I said, well, maybe buy it now, and then you've got the water filtration system right now, and it's good for your health. So, you know, why wait on a crypto to go up? I mean, if you've got it to use it now, because it's going to benefit you and your family, like right now. And then if the price goes up, buy another one. You know, and it's like, you know, cost average it a little bit, you know, get another one as a backup. So I don't know. It's too many times you start thinking, well, when it does this, when it does that. And I've got friends that, you know, hey, when it hits this price, when it goes up this high, and then it doesn't, and then you miss out on a lot, and then you're kind of miserable waiting for it. So money's just a store of value. If you need something right now, you might want to use some of that money. You know, why wait for retirement that's going to go under? Why wait for, you know, a pension that might not be there because they've inflated it away? Why wait for social security that's not going to be there because, you know, they've robbed it? It's just, realize this is a big old Ponzi scheme, and at some point it's not going to have any value, and you don't want to be left holding the bag. You know, you want to be left holding something, and you're going to look back and say, well, at least I did something with it. At least I built the pavilion. Don't have the metal on it because kind of ran out of money, you know, waiting for a later date. But yeah, it'll come. And it's not a necessary thing right now. It still serves its function. I just don't have the side metal on it. Wish I would have done it at the time. Yeah, but at least I did what I did. And, instead of sitting back saying, well, there's going to be a better time, lumber might go down and this might go up and my investments might do well, whatever. I've used it for 2 years and enjoyed it. This will be the third year that I get to enjoy it with friends. So totally worth it. Totally worth it. Not worth just sitting on your bags, and putting them in the coffin with you and burying it. How much land does a man need? That kind of thing. So about 6 feet. I'm gonna look at the chat here a little bit and see what we got going on. If there's any questions or anything. Yes, Paulie P. Westwood 2023. Thanks for the reminder. We've got a big meetup June 23rd in Peoria, Illinois, at the Peoria Pizza Works. You can go to my website, clintwestwood.net, and it's got all the details. If you click the link at the top, watch this go out. I knew it would. But you click the link at the top, and at the Peoria Pizza Works, we're going to have a big meetup. We're going to have a live happy hour stream from 3 o'clock. Meetup starts at 3 o'clock. That's why you go to the website. All the details are there. 4 o'clock, live happy hour like it always is. 4 o'clock Central Time on that Friday. And like Queen Lisa and I will be doing that. We'll be pulling some of you guys that are showing up, maybe do a little cameo and talk a little bit, on the live stream, and we'll just have a good time. That's what it's all about. Well, I'll go when I got more money. And I've heard that from a lot of people. I'd come, but, the price of this, the price of that, it's not up right now. And Paulie P, I'm going to use you as a testimonial. It's like the Wizard of Oz. A testimonial. That's what you need, a testimonial. So I need a testimonial from Paulie P. Paulie, you've been to this. Daddy O, you've been to this. You talked about it on Spaces, how important it is to go to the meetups. This may be your last dance. It might be the last time you've got an opportunity to go to the meetup. And yeah, you might have to scrimp a little bit, but you won't regret it. Just do it one time. And that's why I want to do these things. It's why I travel to go to meetups in different places, is to, give people that place to where you can meet like-minded people and you can have these discussions rather than just sitting by yourself alone and your family doesn't listen to you and your friends don't listen to you. You feel like you're just kicking yourself and beating your head against a wall. Hey, well, don't you people realize the debt ceiling, everything's crashing around us, they're printing money, going to oblivion, are you going to do something about it? Nah, Social Security, that's going to be fine. My pension will be fine. Okay. So at these meetups, a lot of like-minded people we talk about a lot of different things. We talk about solutions. We talk about gold, silver, crypto. And just ways to be self-sufficient, ways to do things better and share ideas. And that's really what it is. Share ideas of like-minded people who are already pretty much on the same page, or at least in the same book. Some of these people aren't even in the library. So, kind of important to get around those people so that you can build connections and build relationships. And that's what it's about when you need help. No man is an island. You need help to do certain things. And so you find those people that are kind of on the same page with you, and you've got resources, you've got help as this thing maybe falls apart and goes Mad Max. I don't think they want it to do that, but I think there are factions that would like to see that happen. They're trying to fly the plane through the storm and hopefully not crash it. And if they have to crash it, they want to do a landing, and a hard landing and a soft landing if best. But face it, the plane, if it comes down, that's the monetary system. The plane has to keep flying. If it stops and it runs out of fuel, Federal Reserve notes, it's over. So they got to keep funding it and fueling it and doing whatever they got to do. And that's basically kind of where we're at. And a phone call there, but I can call back. This is what happens when you do it live. You get interrupted. But no, it's good. No, I'm glad I'm doing this. I'm glad you're all hopping in here. Look at the chat here. Hit that thumbs up if you would. That'd be kind of cool. Scroll through here a little bit. Yeah, right on. Yeah, you look at inflation and gold and how that works. Yes, filtering water. That's an important thing. It really is. I shouldn't say that. I should talk more about that kind of stuff. More people should talk about that. Because especially in towns, it's all treated, it's chlorinated to kill stuff. It's fluoridated, and there's lawsuits now to where, hey, this fluoridation might not have been so good. The problem is all the damage has been done since, really the 50s and 60s, I guess, is when they really started doing it. I think it was somebody out of Michigan that really did it. It was a doctor or quasi doctor, kind of went on a speaking tour and convinced all these cities, hey, do this, use this fluoride stuff. It's good for your teeth. Well, it might be good for your teeth. I don't know if it is or not topically, but I drink a lot of water. So how many parts per million am I getting? How many parts am I getting into my system and having the organs have to deal with? So, it can't be good at certain levels. Maybe just a little bit, but I mean, when you're consuming it, there's no limit to how much somebody's going to consume in water. And we're told, drink water, stay hydrated. So it's good to kind of filter that stuff out. And especially here, we have a well. And so I want to filter the stuff out because, I mean, you can get parasites, you can get things in the well. I mean, even though it goes through the filtration of the ground, I mean, there's still bugs and creepy crawlies in there, they can get in, and you want to filter that stuff. And so to me, that's one of your best investments that you can possibly make, because that's like, you're mostly water, right? Good majority of you, what, 2/3 or something, or 3/4 water? I mean, hello, kind of like the earth. I think it matches up to the water land, ratio in the earth, our bodies. So it's kind of a big deal, if you think about it. And to think that you're just going to trust these people that have done everything to derail your life into providing clean water, probably not a good idea. It's like everything else. They're just vampires, and they want to make you sick. They want to put you on some kind of pill. They want you to get a pill to counteract the side effects of the first pill. And that's what they do. They just want to fleece you and rob you of all your energy. So try not to let that happen. It's kind of funny reading the chat, when you're going live here. Anyway, where are the dogs today, Clint? They're right over here. Oh, you probably can't see. No, she's out of camera range. No, they're being good. The big one's in the shade, and the little one's in the sun. So, go figure. They get groomed tomorrow, so I'm gonna get them nice and short, especially Tilly, because she gets hot. She's part husky, and got to keep her short, really short. Yeah, but they're being good. They're not carrying on, making noise. Anything else I wanted to mention? I just wanted to do the live stream. Yeah, I'm kind of cutting in on Ben's time. I don't want to do that, step on his toes. I just want to try this out. I may do this in the mornings because I really don't have to be in the car on a routine, since my daughter's out of school right now. And I'll maybe come out and maybe kind of do a set time, roughly set time, and do these live streams rather than doing the recording and setting everything up. I'll just play it by ear, I guess you could say. So anyway, I'll wrap this up. Like I always say, you got to trust yourself. You can't trust these people because all they do is deceive. That's all they're doing right now. You play their game, you play in their vampire casino, and yeah, F around and find out, because that's pretty much what'll happen. They're gonna sell you a bunch of crap and take everything you got, and you'll end up with nothing. So don't count on them taking care of you, because they don't. And some of the examples we talked about today, the water, the money, everything, the medical industrial complex, all the things, they have not been looking out for your best interest, and it always comes back later. Always comes back to where, well, yeah, maybe it wasn't the best thing to make everybody or try and fear everybody into doing that. Yeah, but hey, yeah, we were in a pandemic. I mean, we had to do what we had to do. We didn't know, and it's all a scam. And will anybody go to jail for it? They should. The thing is, though, you got to realize that you don't play the game, and then it doesn't hurt you, and you disconnect from it as much as possible, and you do the things and be as self-sufficient as possible. Get your money in your possession, get your assets, in your possession. Anything they can control, you don't want to touch. You want to try and disconnect from it. It's just like an electric fence. There's an electric fence everywhere, and everywhere you go, you bump into it. And if you grab onto it and you keep playing, you can't let go, and it's just going to melt you, and you're going to be done. So you just stay away from it. You just kind of migrate as much as you can away from it, and not be dependent upon it, and not be around it. And money is a big part of that. And you find ways to take your energy, which is, money is all just a store of your energy. Take that energy out of that system, put it into something else that you control, and then, that's the first step, really. All right, I am going to check the chat, and then I'm going to jump out. Like ICP, man, I'm telling you, yeah. What, Internet Clown Posse? ICP? NV4? No, you're probably talking about Internet Computing Token. I don't know. It could be something else. It's tough. The plane has hit the side of the mountain. Yeah, funny. All right, hit that thumbs up. You know, put the notifications on because I'll go live a lot more in the summertime here and maybe make it a daily routine. Thanks for hopping in, everybody. I love you all. Trust yourselves. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Thanks for hopping in. How do I end it? Say, I don't know. As Westwood sits here and tries to figure out how to end the stream. Well, you can watch me smoke while I do it. There we go. Nope, that's not it. Phone might be going off. Paulie P, love you, brother. Oh, here it is. Hit the X. All right.